Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to our brand new show, Rising Star. This is the first episode of the show today, and I'm super excited. And the purpose of this show is to really bring some of the really rising stars from our community in front of you and to inspire all of you so that you can know their background, how they struggle to come and become successful so that you can also apply the same thing. So today we have two of our own members of Transfotech. Both of them are very successful. Both of them have 100 figures, six figures job in the technology field, and they were both students at once at Transfotech. And they not only just got themselves two beautiful paying jobs, they have helped so many others as well, and even more and beyond. So let me welcome Sajjad Shafiq. Sajjad Shafiq is an Salesforce developer. He works for one of the top IT consulting company called Capgemini Government Solution, but he didn't come here in one day. He has 5+ years of experience. He was a student 5 years ago. So hey, Sajjad,
Hey Galib, bye. Thanks for having me. How are you?
are you excited?
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Well, you are. You
I'm
were.
always excited when I'm around you, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so glad to have you on this show. Um, it's so exciting to talk to you all the time. I know your pain and gain and how you pass through it, how you become so successful. I think people needs to know so that they can get inspired by you. So right now, let me welcome Sanjib Ahmed. Hello, Sanjib.
Hello, Kalibya. Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum Assalam. Sanjit is an amazing young IT engineer who recently got into the Department of Labor. It was right on the time when the pandemic came in. People were laying off, and Sanjit had an opportunity to get into Department of Labor. And the first thing he asked me that, how can I help more people? Do you have anybody in your academy who needs help? And that's the time people were applying for unemployment insurance, and they didn't know what to do. And then really, Sanjit, I came to know that Sanjit really helped a lot of people, and that's such a noble work. And this is how you should utilize your knowledge and talent. You learn, you help yourself, and then you help the community, right?
That's true.
So, hello, Sanjit, how are you?
Hi, Kalibya. Thanks for having me here.
So we do have two of our really rising stars, and both of you are from Bangladesh. Both of you are immigrants here, and both of you studied here, and both of you grew up in this local community in New York, um, along with many other people. Both of you have done odd jobs and slowly made it your way here. So first, I would like to ask the Sajjad that how was that um, transition into these high figure IT job? Did you believe that you could do it 5 years ago?
Actually, no. I was like fresh out of college, and I was like like many other immigrants, driving taxi, like 5 days a week and all that. And then I was doing some accounting work on the side. But like then one of my friend Asan, he got into like QA. So he actually spoke like good things about like how the QA industry is, how big of a boost it can bring into your life, into your salary. And then he spoke highly about Galib. So like one day I was thinking like just let me give it a shot and see how it is and what can go wrong. Nothing can go wrong. So I just went like I believe it was like very cold the night, and I saw him like opening the door for me. That was very nice of him, like the Transfotech office door. So like like we chatted for a while, and then like after 5 minutes, 10 minutes of like regular conversation, I started feeling that something good's going to happen. Like this guy,
Wow.
I mean, Galib, I think like, he knows what he's talking about. And like, he had his like, vision of like transfer tech and what he can do for the students. So like, like I was sold, to be honest, after like 10 minutes of like regular initial conversation. So Then I got into the program, the Transfotech program, and like after 3 months of labor, hard work, and like a lot of bugging Galib, of course, hey brother, I cannot do this, help me. So he was always there for me, whenever I had questions. He was like, even on a phone call, he was supporting me, hey, telling me, giving me solutions and all that. So that make me feel connected with Khalid. He cared for his students. So then, thanks to him, I landed a job in Capital One. My
Right.
first ever IT job, like 7 hours drive from here. It
Yeah.
was in
No, remember,
Richmond. Yeah,
remember the whole batch that you were with. I think the whole bunch of folks got into Capital One, right?
I
That was
think only three of us went to Capital One.
right.
Yeah, me and two others. But yeah, but it was the first day I remember. Like they actually called me up for like introductory meeting,
Right.
and I was so scared. I was thinking like, okay, what they can ask me? I thought like they're gonna ask me some about some framework or stuff like that. I was super nervous, but it was just an introductory talk and like an overview of the project. But later on, of course, I had trouble. I had what do you call that? Hard time figuring out what the project is or what it is asking me about or from. So then I reached out to Galib again. I was like, "Hey, brother, yeah, you're not done with me yet. Even though you're done with me teaching, you were done with your teaching and all that, but you still need to help me out with this project." He was very nice. He was very helpful. Even
Thank
like,
you. Thank you.
yeah,
Oh, thank you so much.
he actually guided me. I mean, he made me understand what the project is all about, what kind of framework I need to implement.
Right now, where do you stand? 5 years. It's a
Oh,
5 years.
that,
Right now, you're a pro.
not pro, but like I'm trying, getting my feet wet into development right now. So yeah,
So we
I
want to come back to you. We want to know how you transitioned your career from QA to Salesforce. Salesforce being one of the really appealing technology stack for next like decade, right? A lot of
mm,
people are making career. So you became Salesforce developer. So we would definitely want to know more. How did you do that? And where the motivation come from? And why did you choose Salesforce? But before that, we have a live guy right here, what I want to call him, Sanjib Ahmed, the most noble guy that I've ever seen who got into the tech job and really jumped on helping people. How did you do that, man, Sanjib? Come on.
Uh, Thanks, brother. I mean, it's like a uh, it's like a long story. I've been in the USA like 6 years, and I never thought that I'm gonna be in that positions. Even though I don't have any background in the IT in future. I just completed my associate degree in 2019, and right after when the pandemic hits, I was all time in the laptop, looking for something. Uh, but I never had that experience that I can get that prestigious job and helping people in this time. I was like applying for a few jobs in Indeed, and all of a sudden I get a call from Department of Labor. Hey, I liked your resume. This is like situation that we need the people who have the courage and do the helping others people. And also at the same time, Galiba, when I had a class with you, you always insist me or encouraged me, every time that, hey, you are nice, you can do anything you want. You just need to be, stepped in any positions. So I always had that mind that, it's not about that, before you stepped in, you have to step in something. Then you
Absolutely.
continue to move on definitely. And I had like 3 interviews, even though I don't have any experience in data. But in the college, in the classes, I had some data classes. So I showed them, that's I know. And yeah, it's all of that happened. There was like
But
a
you,
big,
you definitely you definitely learned some of these teamwork, agile, and then how to
oh
do.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, I had an experience when we made the presentation. Do you remember?
I remember that. I
We
remember
had
that was a
you
lot of fun time.
yeah, it was a lot of fun time. It was like a group by group, and then we had a competition that if you win, I'll support you. Something like you gave
So
us hope in this presentation.
I actually have a video of that, and I'm sure that this is what I do. This is why transporting is so different than a lot of others because we're really doing this in an academic way. We work on your presentation skill. What do you call it? Case study? I
Case
remember that
study,
you
yes,
guys had to do the group study and bring the presentation up.
that
Uh,
is right. Yeah,
I'm
and
helping you today, maybe.
we had a really strong group. I believe having a strong group member and keep in touch with the members, it also helps. Like I learned a lot through the transport act. That's definitely for sure.
Well, from that group, I think majority of them, I would say 70% of them are working right now. I don't know how many of them are actually keeping in touch among themselves, but then I am keeping in touch with them. But then you are definitely the one actually took it to the next level with helping others. That's amazing. It's
Thank you.
amazing. So I want to go back to Sajjad. So tell me about those days when you were driving like 7 hours a day. I mean,
Yeah.
how could you do that?
Well, it's called like survival. For survival, people do so many things. I had to
What job?
drive every weekend. I was coming back from Richmond. I was coming back to New York to see my family and all.
And they made you go there every weekend, every week.
Every Friday, I used to leave Richmond and then come to New York at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then leave again on Sunday. But on the way, I used to pick up Galib from DC.
Yeah,
Uh,
I remember that because I.
so yeah, and like those 4 hours, I made sure I utilized them properly. I was
Oh
asking
man!
questions like,
Oh my God!
brother, I need to get a job in New York City. Like, so what kind of questions they ask in the interview? So, and what do you do this? How you do that? So I mean, I mean, utilize the 4 hours
You
that
were
I was with.
hungry. You were definitely
I
hungry.
was very hungry, and I remember I used to record your conversation, like how you say, oh, how do you what do you call that? Tell me about yourself, for example, right? I used to record it and I used to listen to it like every now and then, like how you present yourself.
Trust me, I remember that. And the reason
Yeah,
I'm putting you in my show today is you are one of the one that actually survived 1 year.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and think about those people nowadays who actually have the leverage to work from home. And you had to
I,
go, it was
I
what
know.
you had to go
Uh,
7 hours every
yeah,
week. Seven
that
hours
was
going, 7 hours coming back,
yeah,
14 hours of driving to survive. Unbelievable. And you have done it for how long? 1 year?
1 year. Yeah.
So, what do you want to say to them, Sanjeev, the people who actually work from home nowadays? They have opportunity to learn QA or cybersecurity or cloud, any of these courses, and actually gets a job remote and work from home remote. Matter of fact, have you seen the Aisha and Akash who just got uh, do fantastic job last week, and they never went to office. They got the job from home. They're working from home. They don't know where their office are. So this is what the world we are living in after post COVID.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, honestly, after I got a job, I mean, I have the laptop, I have all the equipments, and right after that, it says you are good to go. They just gave me like a 3 days training, and I'm good. Like I'm working in my bed. I just woke up and turn on my laptop. I start my work. I don't have to even go come to my table.
Right. Well, Sajjad, you brother got into Capgemini Government Solution. I have a lot of bondings with them. I was there 3 years. I was managing
Mm.
projects for them. They are also being one of the top 10 largest consulting firm of the world, right? Do you see these jobs are rising?
Do I say what? Say that again?
You see the jobs are rising, like the numbers of jobs are rising.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about QA, but like for development, yes, there are so many like openings out there for Salesforce. Definitely, in Capgemini wise as well. I'm like every week I see new developers coming in. So yeah, obviously they're bringing in more people.
Well, the QA and cloud and cybersecurity, I think Capgemini has those six pillars. They
Mm.
hire people in these six categories. QA is one, Salesforce is one, and then they have cloud, cybersecurity. all of these pillars are, I think, rising so much. Uh, Sanjit, what do you see about in the Department of Labor? The application, the unemployment application is going down. People are going back to job, or still the
Mm,
same?
I would say right now it's like a little slow. My job is to collect the data, from all the raw data, and then make a statement and give it to the authority. The last month we had a big meeting. Uh, we have seen that there's so many claimants. They are coming from the different state and they're applying for the New York. Uh, and yeah, it is kind of slow right now.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That means people are going back to jobs. And how was the initial day? Did you had to take a lot of stress when, obviously the 40 million people have applied throughout the system, it wasn't working because I was calling for my dad and the system wasn't working. And so I can only imagine how much of stress that you guys had to went through. Tell us stories.
Absolutely. It was the first 2 months. I thought it's like a battleground. It's every day. You just think about you are helping others. You are not working,
Wow.
just helping others to give them a solution. There's so many technical issue we had in the first few weeks, because the Department of Labor never had that experience in before. So we had to work like head to head, 12 hours a shift, and it was really battleground. But yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So what is your next move? What do you want to do next? What do you
uh,
want to do next?
I have spoken with my supervisor, and he knows that I have the background with the IT, and he says the Department of not only the Department of Labor. There's just so many the departments, which is the Department of Health, the IRS. They are hiring so many people in the IT field. He just gave me a hope that if you can continue with this, you have a good future. If you are in a background in IT, uh, I would say in the Bangladeshi, in the community people, they're thinking that this is a really tough job, but it is not. It is all you need to set a mind. You need to set a mind. You need to reach a goal within 3 to 4 months, and then stepped in. Without a stepped in, you cannot get a kind of result.
It also depends how much you know. I am proudly saying, and I'm giving you a challenge right now to everybody. If you can make me that I'm wrong, I'll give you a big prize. None of my students ever got fired in from any of the position, and this is how we train. And Sajjad is probably the very earlier stage students of mine, right? When I first initially started training. Since then, I know my students became managers, leads all over the place. Not even a single students ever got fired. I don't see people why people think, oh, am I gonna be able to keep my job? Things like that. These are weird. I had students who came from Bangladesh, 1 year old, 1 year immigration status, just came from Bangladesh, fresh, doesn't speak English, doesn't really know our culture here. Started the course in my academy and got job from there 1 year later in JP Morgan Chase, and now they are leading the team.
Wow.
Yeah, Nusrat Abba, for example, and so many others. It's just, it's the quality of training, and it's not the quality of training only, it's the process that you go through, the academic system you go through, and the support you have, like the community you be part of. Altogether, I think it creates an ecosystem. So you guys been there, you guys done it. Now look where you are at right now. So I'm really proud of it. I'm so proud of it, and I quit my job and I'm doing it full time and I'm doing it very proudly, especially during pandemic, right? Do you know? Make a guess, like how many students we signed up and how many students are actually currently taking different courses at Transfer. Sajjad, you try first. Make a guess.
70.
Okay, no, 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 more than that, bro, more than that.
Wow, very nice.
More than ever before. I think we have recruited 100 students
Very
uh,
nice.
in this year, and we only recruit students that we can work on. We don't take anybody and everybody, right?
That's
So
a
Mm.
good figure.
yes,
Well,
and my goal and job, the whole academy, I have a beautiful team right now, three directors, and everybody's job is to help them next year. And I don't think anything is more noble than that. At least, especially in this time when people don't have job, don't know where to go, don't know what's gonna happen next year.
Mm.
Helping him getting job is the most noble thing, and this is exactly some what you guys are doing. So my question: are you guys gonna be referring people? Because you both have, you know, you both have a lot of powers. One works for one of the top 10 company who hires people all the time. Another one already said that he's good with supervisor, helping people. A lot of other departments are hiring. So a lot of Bengali people, right? You guys are from Bangladesh. Not only Bangladesh, all South Asian people might be watching right now and be like, okay, how do I get in touch with that guy? Are you guys gonna be referring people?
Yeah, of course,
of
of course.
course.
No, I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah.
Very nice. And this is how you can help others. So,
Yeah.
so what's the next move, brother Sajjad? So Salesforce developer, and then how long you see yourself working there?
I don't know. Just like I believe I have still a lot to learn because Salesforce is a huge thing and it's something that is really booming. So, uh, but in the future, maybe like in 2 to 3 years from now, I want to learn machine learning or data science. That is some one of the route that I am keeping my eye on and see what's going on. Maybe what is all about. Probably like a couple of years from now, I will look into it
Do you want
more.
to move on to the data world? So,
Yeah, yeah.
what about you, Sanjeev? What excites you?
I mean, right now I'm like just like a really fresh. My goal will be to take a lead. Definitely. I love my job. It's not that it's stress. Uh, and I like to finish the bachelor first, and at the same time I want to keep this job and take a lead. Definitely take a lead. Uh,
So that's also raised me a question. Now you have done your associate, you got into this job, you also have done the course at Transpotech before you complete your degree. Then you
that
got into a job, and now you're doing it, perfectly fine. And then you wish to complete your bachelor degree. So what do you want to say to people? Do you think it is doable? But people can also try that route. A lot of people might not want to just go a 4 year degree and start there, right? So
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that the education system from Bangladesh to here is a huge difference. If you are, make a goal that you can do it, it is a doable, and you can do it because IT is not a, really hard things. It's like all you need to do learn. Like you are using your Facebook in every day. You are using like all those social media. It's all about the internet, all about the online, all about the practice, I believe. And yeah, it is doable, I believe.
very nice. So, what do you think, Sajjad, brother? What do you suggest to the kids that growing up in the neighborhood, just like you, and driving cabs, and have good education, maybe an associate degree, but dropped out of school, now thinking about whether they should go back to school or sure they should do a course. And
Uh, my personal opinion is I think one should finish school. They should have their bachelor's because most of the jobs when they do you their background verification, they require at least bachelor's. You know, like for example, in my case, they actually went to my school and verified that if I actually graduated, actually have the bachelor degree or not. So on the side, I would say finish your bachelor's and also get into IT, any field in IT, be it like a QA, be it like cyber security that Galib is teaching, or be it any other field. But I would say like instead of focusing on the odd jobs, why not just try this and get yourself educated? And more educated you get, more educated you become, it is better for the community. It is better for you, your family, and the entire community gets benefited from it. But I would strongly recommend finish your school first. This is
Right.
my personal opinion.
No, that's a good suggestion. I would personally recommend the same. However, not situation is not the same for everyone.
Yeah,
People
of
don't have
course.
people have family to take care of.
Can
So
I add something?
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
Sure.
absolutely.
So yeah, I have like a meeting with the supervisor, and we had talked like an hour for what's the job situation will be in future. And my supervisor, he didn't have any bachelor degree,
Wow.
but I'm not discouraging to take that degree. But he says in the city job or in the federal job, once you get in, they have the internal exam. You can just take the exam
Yeah.
and move forward. You can just take the exam and move forward. uh, I would say, yeah, having a bachelor is definitely a plus one. If you don't like to stay in the city job, if you like to go in the private sector, I would say, yeah, this is the best time to take any kind of degree and have a
Yeah.
experience.
So SAJJAD works for Capgemini Government Solution. They are a company who provides IT services to governments only, the government contracts, and they go through an extreme background,
Mm.
right? The governments are different. But if you want to work for commercial, I would say 5 years ago, even 5 years ago, if the company would ask for a bachelor degree as a requirement, they don't really care whether they find a candidate with bachelor degree or not. They will ask for it as part of their general requirement writing process.
Just a bachelor degree or work experience,
What
equivalent work
Yeah,
experience? But
experience.
right
Yeah.
now it's gone. I don't see that anymore. To be
Mm.
honest, they don't even bother to put that. Or
Mm.
if they put the bachelor degree requirements, they put an alternative like bachelor degree or 5 years of working
Yeah.
experience, things
that
like
is
that.
correct. Yes.
So culture is changing. But what Sajjad was saying that it's a moral thing and everybody should have a bachelor degree. Other than that, you will just have you'll feel yourself unfilled all the time, right?
I mean, also, like, you get limited sometimes. Let's say if you want to apply for government jobs and their requirement is to have bachelor degree, you can't. I mean, it's good to
Well,
have, but you
yeah,
don't have to. It's
You
good
don't
to
have.
have.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah.
yeah. Some of the government jobs will still have the requirements for having
Yeah.
bachelor degree or 14 years of
I
experience.
know.
How it's funny though, right? They ask bachelor degree on 14 years of experience or master degree, right, with 1 year
Mm.
experience,
Mm.
2 years experience. This is how government works. It's really funny.
Yeah.
So, so when I was recruiting students for Homeland Security for the Capgemini project, so finding a candidate who has a master degree and IT experience is nightmare. Confused, right? People that have master degree in this country, they either become professor, lecturer in physics, psychology, whatever, or MBA might be another route. But you're not gonna find somebody really master degree and then super Java development experience. It just doesn't happen. Those are nightmares.
Mm.
So what they're gonna do? They're gonna have to come out of that bachelor degree requirements. So I encourage everybody to do the bachelor degree. I'm just giving a hand with what Sajjad said. But if your life is hard, you could just be like Sanjeev. You do an associate degree, get into a job, work, take care of your family, take care of your life, and then come back and finish your bachelor degree. Right?
Yeah.
I'm still taking classes though.
Wow, man! How many different things are you doing? Are you married yet?
No, I'm
Oh
married.
wow! So that's the next agenda. I know
I
Sajjad
mean,
is married and happily married with 2 kids.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
So
still taking like a 3 classes and doing like a full-time job. So again, it's nothing impossible. It's nothing impossible.
right, well, it would be a little tough once you get married. No, I'm just kidding. The 3 job. Um, well, no, absolutely. That's why I wanted to have you guys and have this talk. That was important because so people need to get inspired. Like I am by myself. I'm looking to get inspired by hearing your story. You are doing your degree. You're working for Department of Labor, and you have a future vision that you want to grow within the industry. And Sajjad also, my goodness, this guy is not a quitter. He didn't quit. Um, do you keep in touch with others? How many people you had in your batch when you took the class at Transfotech?
I still talk with Maruf and Shumon. Shumon is he's still doing
Oh,
good.
he's also doing very good. I
Yeah,
think he,
yeah, yeah. Shumon recently got married. Actually, yeah, yeah,
yeah, congratulations. Yes, I saw a picture. He got into what? He was with you at Capital One, right?
yeah. He was with me for quite a few months. Yeah.
Right. He flipped quite a bit of jobs. So that's the beauty of it, right?
Mm,
Once you are good at it, you can
yeah.
flip. I don't want you to flip, you know. I want you to settle down in some place, but you can.
Mm,
There never been a better industry than that, man. If you want to go to Hawaii and get a job, there are jobs in Hawaii. If you want to go to Singapore and get a job, literally there are jobs in Singapore.
right.
Industry wise, what industry would you like to work on in the future? You work in government right now. Well, that's just one
I'm
kind of.
loving it. I'm loving it. The government job.
Bro, you're loving to work with government. Seriously?
I mean, I feel like I heard that the private company they have like 12 hours a shift, 14 hours of work.
No,
I
no.
mean, I'm having this almost like pretty much same salary with the less hours and having a good time. I'm not sure
So,
because I haven't stepped in any other
yeah,
job.
you know what? You know what? I would tell you this because you are working from home. You don't really get the core of being with the government meeting with the ties and suit all the time.
Mm,
This is what my life was when I used to work for government. As a lead, I had to wear the suit and tie all the time, and I hated it. So right before that, I was at JP Morgan Chase. Right before that, I was at Disney World, and I was flying from New York to Orlando every week. It was free. They were giving me cars, meals. I was getting a convertible because they're very cheap in Florida.
I remember that he used to go to like Washington State, and he had
No,
a convertible.
he
Yeah,
did. I
By
consulted
driving.
them.
yeah, he rented convertible in
Oh,
Washington State.
it was all company
Unfortunately,
money.
it rained the whole week. He couldn't use the convertible.
Yeah, and this is what I was renting.
Oh my god!
Convertible. I used to go to Washington, Orlando. That was the commercial side of my experience. So it's not always, bad. The government side of experience was also good. I had a lot of fun at Homeland Security. We had a Bengali team, as most of you
Mm,
know. We had a lot of fun. But I also worked for Capital One with SAJJAD before SAJJAD joined. But that wasn't that far. That was too far to drive 7 hours.
yeah, it's not fun.
Do you guys want to teach in the future? Just look at me, man. I quit my job, right?
uh, well, if the opportunity comes, time is available. Why not?
I feel that I need to get ready in order to do that. I need to make myself ready, making a strong ground, and then helping other people. Is definitely that would be the big variable. You know, if we can do that.
The more people teach us, are better. I want more IT Academy to grow and come because it's a lot, the largest immigrant community here in New York. People need this kind of training. And you guys are the rising star. Look at the name of the show and the little logo down there.
And you are already a star, bro.
I'm not. I'm
You are
just
already a
a
star. We
small
are just
person
rising.
trying to make it different in the community. That's all I am.
No, the yesterday I told one of my friend that I might going to Facebook Live with the one of the company called Transfotech, and he knows your name.
He
Just
knows
like
my name.
yeah, he knows
Wow.
your name. He says he looked at you the Facebook, the followed your the Facebook page.
Wow, I didn't know that. I have followers. That's awesome. Well, I always tell you one thing that even if I don't exist, even if the last bit of the world, keep helping people. Give to others what you know. You might not know everything. I don't know. I don't know a lot, but whatever I know, I give it to you guys. Now I've done my work. Now it's your time to give it to others. It doesn't matter you do it for free or you take a fees for it. You are helping either way.
Sure. I mean, since I joined in the Department of Labor, I would say I'm not proud. I'm blessed that I helped so many friends, so many relatives, so many known people, how they are going through with the application, all those. I guided them, just go that way, because that time that was really hard to talk to with someone.
All right.
I showed them the tricky way,
Oh my God.
go that way, and they all like happy. Like I still keep in touch with them. If you still need any help, just hit me up. I'll be happy to help you.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And
Mhm.
also, we want to help as many people from Transfertech. And of course, you will be you'll be our valued alumni rest of the life. That we are actually, now that we are a family of 100 students this year, I'm actually creating an alumni club, and you guys will be probably the director of that clubs.
Wow, that'll be nice.
Nice. Okay.
Cool. So, I think we're done 36 minutes. I don't want to leave you guys. It's been so good to catch up with you guys after I don't know how long. Me and Sajjad, we still talk sometime. It's mostly about the work. And Sajjad, thank you so much for keeping in touch. Because still, I know before you make a move, right? Whether you want to make a move at Salesforce, you call me, right? And two things. I'm glad that you still think I can guide you,
Of
and
course.
yeah, because it's a never-ending journey, right? It's gonna be, you guys gonna just keep growing up, and inshallah, one day we'll become the CTO of one farm. 10 years later, 8 years
Who
later.
knows?
If not, if you're not doing your own thing. No, no, that's possible. I know Capgemini, you can grow, you can become a VP in 5 years,
Let's see.
and then you'll make a $500,000 income, and you know,
Sky's the limit. Let's see.
sky's the limit. It's gonna be a journey, and we'll grow in this together. And that's what I think.
Absolutely.
What do you guys
Absolutely.
think?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I really appreciate whenever I want to reach out to you. You were available all the time. Even uh, right before this Salesforce, I actually reached out to you and asked you, like, how it is and all that. So you give me good advice, even though, like, I'm no longer your student, but you still give me good advice. You are very much approachable. That is a good quality that you have, and I'm
Yes, sir.
really glad. I'm really glad that you are actually a part of my life and a
Thank
part
you.
of many others in Bangladeshi community. And yeah, you're doing a great job.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I just want to add that Galibha, thank you so much. Uh, to having me here, to say something. There's so many people. They are struggling to get a job. This is the really good platform. They can spend like few months, and then they can step in a really good job. And you will definitely help them, definitely as you did with me.
So thank you so much. Hey, your colleague, brother Nasir from Capital One. I know
I
you.
know, I see
I know
বলতেছে
you're
যে
there. So
একটু বাংলায় বলবেন নাকি
he just wants you to speak in Bengali.
I know জাহিদ ভাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম
That's not
আপনাকে
Bengali.
অনেক মিস করি আমি আপনার নিউ ইয়র্কে আসলে ডেফিনেটলি আমাকে কল দিবেন প্লিজ লেটস হ্যাং আউট
Yeah. Well, yeah, but we're basically I speak Bengali. I speak Hindi very fluent. I don't know if you guys know Urdu as well. A little bit of Nepali. Uh,
Wow.
I'm really South Asian. Of course, I'm Bengali first, and then American, then Muslim, and then South Asians. So I don't want to make it really, talk this in Bengali, so a lot of people actually don't understand. But there you go. So, all right. So I think we can take off today, and let's
Okay.
be in touch and help as many people as we can.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for joining, and thanks Akif for hosting it. We, see you again next week.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Thank you so much. All the best to Transfotech and you too.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjib.
Okay.
It was really nice to meeting with you.
Yeah, same here, Sanjib bhai. Very nice. Yeah.
Okay.
If I ever lose a job, I know who to contact right now.
Sure, definitely. I
Likewise, you
might,
can
I
tell me
might
the
come
same
to
thing.
you. I might come to you to get a job. After
Sure.
my bachelor.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Bye bye, guys.
All right, guys. Take care.